Now that we finally finished talking about Ultra, which took a day and a half, essentially, of shows.
And even longer what we thought was going to go today, too. So, because Wednesday Night Fights is starting already, so, you know, definitely tune into that. So
Yeah, so we hope to be done in not too much longer. But
yeah.
we do have more to talk about quickly. We played Killer Instinct.
Sort of.
Well, we kind of learned
Yes.
We learned the basics of Killer Instinct, let's say that, on Monday, when we had Maximilian and Godspeed over. And I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about what you thought, what your impressions were of the game.
So I started, I had just been doing a lot of research into it. I watched some of Max's videos and stuff like that. There was a few things that I did not understand that, for example, one of them that was completely crazy to me was that counter breakers can be done in the middle of anything. So you can do a heavy auto double and then go into counter breaker. Like, I thought it was, you had to pick that option and instead of the auto double. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know you could cancel your own combo into a counter breaker at any given time.
Cancel a normal, cancel a special, whatever.
Cancel a linker, anything. Yeah, so that surprised me, and that actually opened up a lot more in my head on the mind games and stuff. So I've kind of already appreciated and understood what the mind games are going for, and the game looks fun. I want to play it. My initial concerns are still there, which is the viewability of it. I still think that's going to be a problem. And, one of the things that I had dinner with Max and Godspeed afterwards, right? And, they were both really happy by the fact that you are never going to get randomed out in this game. If you are better than the opponent, you will always win. You will always beat them. Because you will just out-predict them because you can understand the psychology and all this stuff
better
like that.
Better in that sense. Maybe not better in spacing, space control, etc. You can have the most amazing footsies in the world and still get hammered.
Right, exactly. So. And so that's where my second concern comes from, is that really to be good at Killer Instinct, and even they both said this, you can't avoid the combo engine.
Yeah,
you have to play that game. There's just nothing you can do to avoid it, right?
Yeah, that's the design.
So, Street Fighter, I've always said, we've talked about this a lot on stream. One of my favorite things about this is if you're a Yomi player, you pick Ryu. If you're an Execution Monkey, you play Dudley and Viper. If you're a technical guy, you play Akuma. There's just all these different ways to support different styles of play. In KI just isn't going to do that, right? And so because you are going to get to a point where you will never be able to beat people better than you, I'm scared that the player is just going to drop off. I mean, I've come from this point now, and, I'm going to get crucified on stream for saying this, right? I understand what the appeal of Comeback Factor is.
Yeah, I understand that too.
I understand the appeal of it. X Factor is a little overdone, yes, right? But, I understand what that does for a game.
Sure.
Persona 4, when you get down to low life, you get 2 extra bars and you get more damage, right? These kind of things. I understand how they affect a game. If you have a game that you just literally cannot, like, if the guy's just going to be combo breaking like 60% of your combos and you can't do anything to them and just get locked out all day, you're going to stop playing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm scared about. And then again, when you watch it on stream, the way you get hype is you have to get hype over exclamation marks.
Yeah.
Those are my concerns about the game. It looks like a blast to play. It looks like it's so fun to play. Guys like Justin and Flo are sitting there just like Justin just keeps saying like he's in Peru in this tournament and all he wants to do is go home and play KI and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can imagine this game is super fun to play, but I'll have to take their word for it because I'll never own an Xbox One. So
I will also never own an Xbox One unless they start selling a non-connect version, which probably isn't going to happen.
So your thoughts?
My thoughts. I was much more interested in it than I expected to be.
Okay.
So I didn't have that great of an estimation of it beforehand. Okay, so,
right.
But it was much more interesting than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
The combo mix-ups were better designed than I thought they would be. They were more weighted than I thought they were, so it's not just a stupid game of RPS, rock, paper, scissors. It's more involved, which is good. The neutral game, everything outside of combos, pressure, neutral game, keep away, all that stuff, was a lot more interesting than I thought.
Yeah.
A lot more interesting. And I really liked it, actually. Some of that stuff sounds really cool. Glacius sounds like a really interesting style of character. Keep away on the one hand, rush down on the other, setups, a lot of cool stuff. I can understand why people like a character like Saberwolf. His ability to get in and mix up sounds really fun. Thunder is a grappler. If you like grapplers, he's there. You know, there's all this stuff that is pretty interesting, I thought. It just, you know, when you say that the better character or the better player will always win, it's the better predictive player will always win. That's not my strength, and I know that. Okay?
What? No, I think you're really good at that.
I don't think I'm very good at that.
Really?
I feel like that's my weakest point.
No.
I do.
No.
I do. I think. Well, okay. I'm happy to hear that. But that's my consideration of my skills. I prefer to be playing at range. I prefer even as Geef. Okay. Which is why I came up with option selects, because I didn't feel like I had that strength. I wanted to be let's guarantee this for myself. So if I'm good in the neutral game, then I can still get blown up. Right, because if I'm good in the neutral game, I still have to do this combo thing, and then like I can nothing works if I'm not guessing right, which is just frustrating, I guess. It's frustrating to me.
Well, yeah, that's just the whole thing. You have to play this game.
Right.
You have to play that mind game.
Yeah, I had all these ideas about how to escape that game coming in, and just turned out that they weren't there.
Dude, that's why I said, I specifically, when I was testing it, I got to play it a little bit on Friday when the location was, because they had it set up on the side. One of the machines only had one controller, so I got to mess with training mode. And I was coming up with combos into openers, into enders. I was like, I'm just going to always take my 12%, 10%, and just play the game like this. And then Max told me that they took that into account, and if you skip everything in the middle and go straight to Ender, the Ender's breakable. And I was like, dang it, they thought of that, you know? But in a weird way, like, I was actually really proud of them that they figured that out, and that's great. But
Absolutely.
Then, again, I'm being shoehorned into this game. So.
I had the idea to, like, go into a juggle as fast as possible, like opener, whatever, juggle, let's start
Yeah.
And then, like, do all my damage in juggles. But juggle increases KV meter a lot.
Yes.
And the juggle points don't really seem there except for, like, meter, if you use up meter. So you're spending a lot of bar for, like, 20% damage. And it's like, so, I don't know. That wasn't there. So, for me, forcing mix-ups is not really what I want to do. But if that is something that people are interested in, and I know a lot of people like that about fighting games, then it seems like a great choice to pick up. I mean, it's one of the most mix-up heavy games that I can remember.
Yes. And when I was sitting there listening to Dustin and Max talk about the game, like, just the pure gushing and just enjoyment, like genuine love for this game, you know, came out very strong. And, you know, there's a lot of people who love this game, you know, and like I said, I wish I could play it, but it's just like until they make the $400 Xbox One that does not come with Kinect, I will never play this game.
It's the same for me. I would definitely be putting more time into it if it were on something else, because even my critique aside of having to play this mix-up game, it still seemed pretty fun, and like I'm really interested in Glacius. He sounds very interesting to me.
Yeah, obviously.
I would love to play him more.
We need to play a versus match to see how it feels, to see if we can get that euphoria. Because they were saying when you get a counter breaker, like, it's the greatest feeling in fighting games. Like, they say that they've never had a better feeling than when they get the counter breaker. It just like
I know at least that Max really likes the mix up. Just in general, I know that about his gameplay. So I can see that being the case for him. Yeah. That makes total sense to me. So.
Yeah. So.
I don't have anything negative to say about it from that point of view. In fact, it seems like an awesome game from that point of view.
Yeah, so. Right. I'm not gonna lie. If there was a $400 Xbox One with no Kinect, I may actually have owned it already. Just to play Killer Instinct, you know. But as it is, it's a $500 one, and if I'm playing Killer Instinct, and I swear I may get a technical foul, and yeah, so, you know, I don't know.
That video got me mad for the guy.
Right.
I was mad for him. And I know you can unplug it and so on, but you're financially supporting that idea. Like, you're telling Microsoft, sure, this Kinect that listens to everything I say in my own home and bans me from certain things because I cuss in my own home. That's okay.
Right,
it's not okay.
Right.
It's not okay.
Because
Microsoft.
even if you don't hook it up, you, like you said, you spent the $100 on it. You basically told Microsoft, "I'm okay with this device."
Yep.
And I'd like to be able to vote with my wallet. So let's just put it that.
Absolutely agree. Do you want to talk about tournaments now?
Yeah. Let's just
keep going.
yeah,
Might
just
as
keep
well.
going for the last 8 minutes, and let's just go. So NEC's coming up this weekend.
NEC is going to be fascinating. I think there's a lot of great stuff that's going to be coming up. There's the Curly Mustache. There are a ton of awesome money matches.
Oh, really?
It is money match central, dude. Ooh. People are going to be trading so much dough. In every game. In Marvel, in Street Fighter, in Injustice, in Killer Instinct. It's going to be huge, okay? And I am particularly looking forward to the Injustice stuff. Because this is the first time since EVO, which was the first time, that the West Coast is like really matching up against the East and Midwest. And there's a lot of trash talk going on. There's a lot of like anti-SoCal trash talk.
Dude, Godspeed's going. Dustin, who was on our show, is going over there. So, dude, watch it and cheer him on.
We're sending a bunch of people.
Yeah,
it's not just Godspeed. There's like a good half dozen people going. And it's going to be really, really cool, I think.
Dojo Sports is also having a grand finals at NEC as well. That's Jason Cole's it's their grand finals, I think. So that's happening at NEC as well. Dude, man.
It's a lot of stuff. I mean, I hope that those money matches are at least recorded, if not streamed.
Now I'm just thinking to myself here, because I have something that I need to do on Saturday. And now I'm just like, get that over with as fast as I can. Go home and just stream Monster for the whole weekend, right? Oh, man. Okay, yeah, that should be really cool. So
yeah, it's going to be a huge Injustice. It's the first major for Killer Instinct.
Yeah, see, I'm really curious about how that's going to work.
Cats are attacking each other.
Yeah, jeez. But yeah, I'm really going to be curious to see how that... I want to see how the first Killer Instinct, like, major tournament is going to go. And actually, that's why we're going to run back tomorrow, because I want to watch the Killer Instinct tournament there, so...
Correct.
Yes.
That would be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. To recap quickly, let's talk about WCG, the World Cyber Games. Dominion qualified from the U.S. There were qualifiers at various places. The top four was Fudo from Japan, obviously, with Faye. Dominion got second.
Yes.
With Guile from the USA. Human Bomb, Sakura from Hong Kong got third, and then Chuan with Fei Long and Guile from Malaysia got fourth. It was good. They were good matches. The grand finals was a 3-0. Fudo won over Dominion. But there was a lot of good stuff.
There was a couple of things that I really figured I need to, like, what did you feel about forcing them to wait before they rematched?
Did that happen?
Yes. Like, you could see it. In between the matches, I think there was a dude standing there, like, telling them when they could rematch. Because when Dominion lost the game, he just sat there and he just looked like he wanted to get back into it so fast. And he was like, but they wanted to give the commentators time to...
Yeah.
Because we've talked about that before, right? And when I saw it in action, I was just like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Speaking of the commentary, I know that a lot of people were negative towards it. The guys who were commentating were not Street Fighter or fighting game players. They're people in other games. They were asked to do it, and they were put in kind of a crappy spot. We both have to commentate games that we don't know that well, and they're fighting games, right? So there's some similarities at least.
Right.
But to go from totally different game into Street Fighter is not easy. So I feel bad for those guys. I wouldn't rip on them if I were everybody else. I would, if you're gonna rip on anybody, rip on World Cyber Games for setting that up. For not getting Street Fighter. I mean,
let's just put it this way: let's put on a LOL game and let's commentate it, and then people will rip on us in the same ways, right? Let's face it. I mean,
we would be terrible.
It'd be sad. So.
Infiltration didn't really get anywhere, right?
Yeah. Did he
Infiltration
use Akuma?
did not. I think he used Akuma and Oni.
Okay.
I feel like I saw both, but he didn't get out of his group. Okay, from his group were Chuan and Human Bomb instead.
Okay.
So he did not do that well. DreamHack also happened.
Yes.
Always a cool tournament to see. Daigo won. Gamer B 2nd place. Luffy Rose 3rd place. Mago 5th place. 4th place rather. I'm Still Daddy with Guile and Seth got 5th. Reinhardt with 5th with Sagat. Kusanagi with Seth 7th place. Shen with Gen 7th place.
I don't think that's right.
No?
Because where's Gandhi Ryu? Like, I would have... like, shouldn't he have gotten top 8 at least, dude? Because those reads, man. Those reads. Empty jump, low jab, and the uppercut.
Jump strong. Second hits, immediate dragon punch.
Yeah, dude.
That hit the hit confirm.
Seriously, man.
What a hit confirm. No, that's a really funny match, and it's a great instructional video.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
So the guy who it happened to is on NeoGAF, and of course he's upset about it. You know, there are like 40,000 people who've watched that video. It's embarrassing, and I certainly understand being embarrassed by it. But it's not. It's something that happens to everybody. Yes. I got randomed out sometimes.
Yes.
I would win one tournament, and then the next tournament I would go 2-2 or 1-2. That happens sometimes. Happens to everybody. And learning to bust scrub busting
is a skill.
It is a skill.
It is an absolute skill.
You pick it up over time like everything else. And if you've only played against good players and then you run into a Gandhi, you might lose.
Yeah,
because you don't know what to do.
And watching that match, and you heard the commentators saying it too. The commentators were F-Word, and who was the other one?
Yeah, I forget his name, but there was good commentary.
No, it was really good commentary, but you know, the two of them kept saying it. They're like, you have to learn how to beat these guys. Yeah. Like, anti-air him, like, you know, stop doing stuff on his wake up, and which he did. He started listening at some point, but then, dude, when he got thrown in that third game, oh my god, like the whole world crumbled at that point. But I mean, it is a perfect example because we've gone through it. We watched it, and we were just watching FSP play, and we were like, yeah, okay, we've all had this happen to us. So like, we recognize exactly why he kept getting hit in a lot of situations, because you're just like, he can't possibly do this the 8th time in a row. And they do.
You know, we rip on empty jump, crouching jab, dragon punch, which is clearly just a mashed jab DP.
Right.
But, you know, FSP was expecting jump and throw because that's what happens in Street Fighter. That's the convention. The thing you got to understand about scrub busting is that they don't know all the conventions.
Yes.
Okay? So they're not going to know, jump in, I should throw because that's the safest option and I don't want to risk getting blown up. You know, he didn't know that. Gandhi wasn't... Yeah. He wasn't doing that stuff because he's just not involved in the conventions. And stuff. So it's just an educational thing. Pick it up if you're FSP. You don't let it happen to you again. I know it happened on a big stage and a lot of people have seen it, but a lot of people have seen a lot of very top level players make just bonehead decisions in important moments, and you get over it over time.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, you know, maybe one of these Tuesdays where we have less stuff to talk about, we can go over the match little by little, because it's like you said, it's super educational. Like it's such a prime example of that whole concept that we're talking about. So.
Yeah, we will definitely analyze that one day.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have time this month / I guess this year, but we will get to that at some point for sure. As far as the rest of the tournament goes, like I said, I like the commentary. That was good.
Yeah, their commentary was really good.
Daigo walk up, meaty dragon punch 3 or 4 times against Gamer B was awesome. That was cool. Great reads. Ixion Dan got 16th place. He was top 16, and he was eliminated by Gamer B, but he made it really close. He blew up Gamer B in the first game.
Yeah,
so.
that was a great match. Cool. We both tweeted that out just recently. So
there was a lot of good action there. But I guess we don't have that much time left to really get into it. So.
Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about?
I think that's about it. But make sure that you do watch NEC this coming weekend.
Yeah.
In all of the games that are there's going to be a lot of good stuff.
And 2 weeks from now is the Capcom Cup. That'll be super exciting as well. So can't wait for that. We'll be there. So we'll be able to check that out. And again, play Street Fighter there. So if you're in the Bay Area, definitely check that out. It is a free event to view. Right, so if you're in the area, I'm pretty sure you can just walk in and play, and walk in and watch and play. So
nice, didn't it?
Yeah. So
That's cool. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to sign off then.
Yeah, and Wednesday Night Fights is obviously running right now, and, you know, we're only streaming this because we ran out of time yesterday. So definitely go over there, support them, and check out. That should be on Level Up Live, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yep, you are correct.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I'll have this video up tomorrow. Yesterday's Tuesday show is already on YouTube. Go check it out at youtube.com/UltraChenTV.
All right. Peace out, everybody.